Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Slows Wrestling Show, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. Live from Palm Harbor, Florida. Coming up, 4 Florida wrestling stars you can see in a big promotion one day. Zack Cooper Signs with MLW. New Japan Pro Wrestling Results. AEW Dynamite Results. ACW Proving Ground Results. WWE Raw Results. Wrestling events happening in Tampa. New Japan Cup canceled and more on the Slows Wrestling Show. Welcome back to the Slows Wrestling Show, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. Now here's 4 Florida wrestling stars you could see land in a big promotion one day. Number 1, Romeo Covedo. Number 2, Cyrus Satine. Number 3, Stephen Frick. Number 4, Lexi Gomez. And number 5, Jay Sky. So I believe these stars have the talent and overall drive and determination to get to promotions like NXT, MLW, and Evolve, just by what they have done for wrestling and continue to do as a whole for local promotions and Florida wrestling. And the shows they put on are just amazing because they give their all 100% every time they step into the ring. And I know big things await these 5 superstars. The fans at ACW always give them awesome responses. And it doesn't matter if it's cheering or booing, because these talents should be looked at. And they probably are already being looked at. Who knows? And hopefully one day these superstars get called up to major big-time promotions inside and outside the state of Florida. So now I have a huge, major announcement. So my friend Zack Cooper, who I met through ACW when I started doing backstage reporting there, signed with MLW Major League Wrestling and will make his debut for them on Saturday, April 18th. So this is beyond awesome news and so surreal for him, because this man has worked his ass off to get to this point in his professional wrestling career. And it's amazing to see and think about, because over a couple of months ago he was wrestling for ACW, and after that did some tours in Germany. And it didn't take long for somebody to catch an eye for his talent. So I'm really excited and happy for him, and in the back of my mind, I knew he was going to make some sort of impact in the wrestling world. So congratulations to you, man. Congratulations to Zack Cooper, because that's big time. And I cannot wait to see this debut. It's going to be one to remember for sure. Now here are the New Japan Pro Wrestling results. Tag team match. Guggerin Mask and Ultra Soki defeat Gozer Amaru and Hija Kidman. Tag team match. Tiger Mask and Yuji Nagata defeat Yoda and Yoramura. Tag team match. Roppongi 3K. Sho and Yo defeat Bullet Club, Gato, and Taiji Ishimori. Tag team match. Great Bash Heel. Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Hanma defeat Bullet Club, Jado, and Yujiro Takahashi. Tag team match. Chaos. Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii defeat Gabriel Kidd and Juice Robinson. Tag team match. Chaos, Toru Yano, and Yoshihashi defeat Tenkoji, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Kojima. 8-man tag team match. Los Ingadores de Japan, Evil, Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi, Raizuki Taguchi, and Toa Hanare. And finally, the main event tag team match. Chaos, Okada, and Will Ospreay defeat Los Ingadores de Japan, Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito. Now here are the AEW Dynamite results. Kenny Omega defeats Pac in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Jurassic Express defeats the Inner Circle. Best Friends defeats the Butcher and the Blade. And Hiroku Shida defeats Shanna, Big Swole, and Yuka Sakazaki. Now here are the ACW Proving Ground results. WWA 4 Showcase Scramble. Takuri versus the Renegade Enforcer versus Ash Taylor versus Big Money John John versus Alonzo Garcia versus Slayer. The Renegade Enforcer wins off a fall-away slam. Dick Danger versus Sage Scott. Dick Danger wins off Crucifix Pin. Stephen Frick versus Jarrett Diaz. Stephen Frick wins off a spear. Culture Inc. versus The Rapture. The Rapture wins by pinfall. Damian Angel versus Danny Vincent in a Combat Rules match. Damian Angel wins by a pinfall. Lexi Gomez versus Kelsey Lynn. Lexi Gomez wins off a codebreaker. In the main event, Cyrus Satine versus Romeo Quevedo for the WNC Florida Heavyweight Championship inside a steel cage. Cyrus wins off an elbow drop to become the new WNC Florida champion. So my show rating for ACW Proving Ground this week was an 8 out of 10. Because my favorite match of the whole event by far was the steel cage match. Because Romeo Quevedo and Cyrus Satine went to great lengths to put on a tremendous battle inside the steel cage. And they both did such an amazing job planning and preparing for that match. And the only thing about this event I thought that could have been touched up to a certain degree was the WWA 4 Showcase Scramble. And I give all the competitors credit for stepping in there and putting on a show as it is, but I think that match could have had some adjustments. And besides that, I like the Combat Rules match between Danny Vincent and Damian Angel because of how brutally physical that match was. And then Culture Inc.'s match versus The Rapture was very well done. And I did a pre-match and post-match interview with Culture Inc., which you can find all of that on my YouTube channel, Slows HQ TV. Now here are the Monday Night Raw results from this week. Angel Garza defeats Humberto Carrillo via pinfall. Ricochet defeats Luke Gallows via pinfall. Aleister Black defeats Eric Rowan via pinfall. Bobby Lashley defeats R-Truth via pinfall. Angelo Dawkins defeats Murphy via disqualification. Seth Rollins defeats Montez Ford via pinfall. And Randy Orton defeats Kevin Owens via pinfall. Now, according to New Japan Pro Wrestling's website, New Japan Cup has been canceled with all other events from March 1st to March 15th due to the coronavirus. So I understand safety concerns and safety comes first, but I was really looking forward to the New Japan Cup tournament this year because I wanted to see who would win or get close to winning the tournament. And if I had to choose someone, I would have picked Minoru Suzuki because of how dangerous he is in the ring and outside the ring and what he's capable of doing. And it sucks that these shows are canceled, and hopefully they will reschedule New Japan Cup to a later date. I will take a break, but when we come back, Lance Archer is all elite. Upcoming wrestling events in the state of Florida. Should Matt Hardy re-sign with WWE? My promo with Culture Inc. and more on the Slows Wrestling Show. Welcome back to the Slows Wrestling Show, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. Now, according to multiple sources, Lance Archer has signed with All Elite Wrestling. No word on when he will make his debut for them just yet. So I had a really good feeling that he was going to sign with AEW. And I'm really excited to see what direction AEW goes with Lance Archer and what his first feud will be. Perhaps he may or may not join Jericho's Inner Circle, but we will just have to wait and see what happens. But as far as I'm concerned, I know he's going to kick ass over there for sure. Now here are some upcoming wrestling events in the state of Florida. WWN and ACW presents Luck of the Irish at the Gulfview Event Center on March 7th from 6 to 10 p.m. Real Pro Wrestling's Chaos at the Con, Sunday, March 15th from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Crown Plaza Fort Myers Bell Tower Shops. Real Pro Wrestling Live for Today, Tuesday, March 24th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the Riverside Community Center. And finally, Real Pro Wrestling's Follow This, Friday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. in Southern Heights, Tampa. Now, should Matt Hardy re-sign with WWE? I would much rather see him join AEW to get some work on storylines and better matches. It's not like WWE didn't use him all these years. It's just, I think it's time for Matt to decide if he wants to continue with WWE or not. And I think it would be an awesome idea if AEW can somehow reach out to him for a contract discussion or possible deal. Because Matt Hardy has been in the wrestling business for a long time, and he knows the insides and outsides of sports entertainment. So if anything, it would help AEW tremendously creative-wise, but we will have to wait and see what happens. So the other day I did 2 promos of Culture Inc. and they came out pretty good. And you can find these pre-match and post-match promos here on Slows HQ TV. Culture Inc. and The Rapture are 2 of my favorite groups to do promos with, and it's because they bring in so much energy. At the same time, I'm feeding back that energy in the promos, and I love giving these stars time to broaden themselves out in promos and letting people know more about them so that wrestling fans can pick up on them and start watching what they do. Because I love giving back to the wrestling industry and at the same time helping myself get known more and get better at what I love doing. Honestly, I can't thank Culture Inc. enough, and they are fun. They are a fun team to watch, so I highly suggest finding them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please check out their work and let them know you support them. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at ShowSlows and follow the Slows Wrestling Show Facebook page for more. From Palm Harbor, Florida, I'm Alex Slows saying goodbye for now. Have a good evening, everybody.